Let's look at how we graph lines using slope-intercept form. We need to get ready, grab some paper, pencil, and we're going to go through 5 examples. Be sure to get the last slide into your notes. The questions we're going to concentrate on: if I'm given the equation, how do I graph a line using slope-intercept form? And the opposite, if I'm given the graph, how do I write the equation in slope-intercept form? So remember what slope-intercept form is. Y equals mx plus b. In our first example, we have y equals 3x plus 5. I'm going to start by filling out a table of values, and when we do that, we usually pick numbers around 0. -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. When I plug in -2 and complete that, I'm going to get -11. -1 is -8. 0 is -5, and 1 is -2. 2 is 1. So if you don't remember what any equation looks like, you can always rely on a table of values. But notice here, we have that point 0, -5. That becomes my y-intercept. I can also see it here. That is represented my y-intercept. Your y-intercept is going to be graphed on your y-axis, so I'm going to go down to -5 and put a point. That's my starting point. Now, if I notice how these numbers are changing along y, they are adding 3 each time, and adding 3, and adding 3, and adding, that should be a 1, 3. So I could go ahead and plot those 5 points, or I could just go to my y-intercept and move my slope. So I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1, up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1. And that's enough points to graph your line. I'm going to draw it as a straight line. Remember to add your arrowheads to show that it goes on forever in both directions. And that's graphed the equation y equals 3x minus 5. Do a quick check. My slope is positive, so my line is rising, and that is correct. In this next example, I'm going to try to do it without a table of values. So I'm going to start at my y-intercept. This is my y-intercept of 2, so my y-axis I'm going to go up to plus 2. For my slope, notice that it's negative. And don't be afraid of the fraction. Remember that slope is y over x, so you're always moving up or down first. So from my point, I'm going to go down 2, because this is -2. So down 2 over 3 to the right, and I have a point. Down 2 and over 3 to the right, and I have another point, and I have my equation of my line. Double check, it's a negative slope. My line should be falling, and I do go through my y-intercept of 2. Now it's your turn. Try to graph this y equals 1/4 x minus 2. Did you get this? Let's check it. We have our y-intercept down at -2. I have my slope of 1/4, so I go up 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, and that is correct. In example 4, we're going to now try to write it in slope-intercept form. So remember, y equals mx plus b. So when I look at my graph, my y-intercept is here, it's 3, so that means b is 3. When I try to figure out my slope, I want to find another good point, not one like this, because I'm not sure if that's a fraction, but this one looks like it's actually a point on the line, and it's on the grid to 2. So that means I'm moving down 1 and to the right 2. So downward would be -1, to the right 2 would be 2, and my slope is -1/2. When I put that together, my equation becomes y equals -1/2 x plus 3. In this equation, we want to look at my y-intercept. It is -1, so that's my b value. And I have to find another decent point. Moving from that -1, not that point or that point or that point. This point looks pretty good. So that means I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going up 4 to the right 1. So my slope is 4. My equation becomes y equals 4x minus 1. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. You start by plotting your y-intercept, and then you move your slope.